What's up, guys? This is RG giving you another high definition broadcast. I wanted to show you guys something quickly about the game. Actually, it's going to be a little bit in depth, and I wanted to show you the currency system. Now, I have a bunch of these currencies here. They are the money in the game, if you didn't know, and I actually have a bunch of them lined up here. But first, let's go into like what equals what. I will give you a table down on the bottom in the description, so you can go ahead and lay that out in front of you on another page if you'd like, while I'm explaining it, so it makes more sense. So basically, what I wanted to show you guys is what equivalence is in currency. So alchemies are equivalent to scourings, are equivalent to fusings. Now, fusings are kind of one of those things that you don't want to have too much of it. But then again, you don't want to have too much little currency at all. You usually want to trade up to the highest currency, because sometimes the highest currency actually can be traded down for more than it's supposedly quote-unquote worth on the website that I'm actually going to show you on the bottom. Very interesting story that actually happened about maybe it was about a week ago or half a week ago. There was an actual the economy or the currency was in fluctuation, meaning that the actual worth of these chaos orbs right here were actually it's supposed to be 15 of these is equal to 1, or that's what it was before, because a lot of differences. The main reason being that a lot of people were doing quad boxing or dual boxing, or pretty much what they were doing is having a really fast computer and opening up a bunch of different clients, running level 1 characters into Brutus, which is one of the first mini bosses, and then into the first boss, I believe Mervale, or I forget what her name is, but you kill Brutus, and then kill her, and then you get all a bunch of rares and all of your characters, and you actually do a chaos recipe. Now, this chaos recipe actually gives you one of these chaos orbs. By the way, what I'm doing to split this is holding shift and left clicking it. So, and also to link something, you would hold Control and Alt, and then press left click. So that would link it into trade chat. So a lot of people ask that question. So basically, what happened is they would get the chaos recipe. Now, how to get the chaos recipe was before you could just put any rare set. So if I wanted to put not this, because it's a legendary, but say if everything on my character was rare, okay, just pretend, and I put everything into this Nessia's offer, right? This trade box, this sell box. Now, if everything on here is rare, that means that I have 2 rings, an amulet, a full gear set, pretty much, and she would give me 1 chaos for that, no matter what it was. And now, if it was unidentified, she would give you 2 chaos for that, and it doesn't matter what level it is or what item level it is. Okay, that means that they would be running those 5 boxes, and they would just go ahead and rush all those characters, and then they would throw up all of those rares as a set into the trade window here, and they would get 2 chaos, and they would be getting an extreme amount of chaos per day, like something like some retarded number, like 30 chaos a day, or 30 exalted per day, which is this highest orb. So that's why these things were 15, or these things are 15 to 1 exalted. Now, a couple days ago, it was actually 10 of these equals 1 exalted just for a few hours. So it was like pandemonium. People were like selling their chaos orbs crazy. I actually made a huge profit. I was selling my chaos orbs 13 to 1 exalted, because I didn't think it was going to last, which I was actually right in predicting. It lasted for about, or at least I think it was about an hour or 2, where it was actually up like that, and I made I'd say maybe an exalt profit, because I had a huge amount of chaos. I've been trading for exalted and going back down, trading 15 chaos for an exalted and then going back down for 17. I would trade my 1 exalted for like 16 or 17 chaos, and then I'd get somebody to trade me 15 chaos for 1 exalted. So it's just finding deals, pretty much. So I made a bunch of that money that way, and that's just how that worked. How they changed it now to actually balance it is, what they did is pretty much they have eye level 60. So when you want to check the level of something, you go item level, right? Unfortunately, you can't go like eye level like that, and it doesn't check it. But like you go / item level. Oh, I did double slash, so There. Okay, well, why is that not working? Oh, it's probably because I'm in trade window. Let's try it without the trade window. Okay, so there it goes. Item level 68. This is a pretty good dagger here. As you can see, it has high physical damage. The int is not great, but the lightning damage is really high. And it has fire resist as well as accuracy. Having 3 sockets isn't bad as well. So, by the way, I don't really need this dagger. So, if anybody does need this dagger, I'm willing to give it to one of my fans for free. No big deal. I don't really care about this dagger too much, and I bet it'll help one of you guys out a lot with one of your shadows, or maybe you just want it to sell. So if you are a supporter of my channel, if you are commenting on this video or whatever, then I'll just give it to you for free. You just gotta message me online. My name right here is Thanatos Psychro. You could write it down, or just at whatever, at Thanatos whatever, blah blah. So I'll give you that for free. But yeah. So I was talking about chaos recipe. So it's item level. So now the difference is you actually have to have an eye level of 60 or higher. So this is 68. So boom, 68, and I have to have a full set of 60 or higher gear, meaning that you can't really just rush a bunch of level 1s over to Brutus and over to the Act 1 boss and get a bunch of rares and then get a huge amount of chaos. And that's what actually caused the flux in the chaos recipe. Now they did change it back to 15 to 10, which was before the patch. A lot of people say, oh, it should be higher, oh, it should be higher, but PoEX, or EX .info actually changed it back to the original because a lot of people were complaining. People like me were like, whoa, what the hell, I traded all my chaos for Exalted yesterday and now it's crazy, like, underpriced. But yeah, I did get a good deal off that, so it was actually in my favor at one point, and I did get a good profit. So just be wary of the economy. Definitely keep checking that PoEX site and refreshing it. It looks like it'll be pretty stable from here on out. I'm not 100% sure about that though. You always want to check that every day at least. I check it every time I'm about to make a trade for anything. Usually, I pretty much know the rates myself, but it is a good practice to check it out every once in a while, maybe a couple times per day if you're trading a lot that day. So yeah, I'll definitely put that in the description on the bottom. So I just wanted to show you guys. Yes, I do line it up. I like my inventory kind of clean. I do have a bunch of quality gems in here that are just randomly doing in here. The reason is because quality gems do sell for at a pretty high amount depending on what person you're talking to. Like, oh, I really need a fork with more than 10% quality. This is going to be worth a lot more to that person than it is to just the general population. If you were to post this fork, 10% quality, you probably get 1 to 2 GCP, depending on how desperate the guy is for the fork. Mostly, there's probably like 1 GCP, maybe 2. Other than that, yeah, I just have a bunch of currencies here. As you can see, these ones are worth nothing, and they won't be appearing on the PoEX site. None of these will be, as well as none of these. I don't think these actually shouldn't be there. I think they should be on the PoEX site because they are pretty rare, the Glass Spores Bauble. And people actually do buy them, so I don't know why these aren't actually calculated in there. But yeah, they do buy them. These are actually not worth anything. Chromes are the ones that are the lowest, actually, that are on the site. Chromes are the ones that actually change your gear to different colors. It will not change the links. It will not change how many sockets there are. It'll just change the color. As you can see, Reforge is the color of sockets onto an item. I'll just do a quick explanation of what each thing does. This one actually reforges the magic item, so basically, if you have a magic item, it'll re-roll the stats on it. I could show you what that does, just for the hell of it. I don't know if even I have a magic item in here. I usually throw magic items away unless they're like 4 linked, and they're high item level. Other than that, I usually don't take up blue items. So what I'll do right here is I'll show you what a transmute and out does, just on this item here. So this is a white item. This is just a quick tutorial of what the currency actually does. So on my item level it's item level 63, so it's not terrible to like forge this, but I would really suggest forging something that's 68 item level and above. I usually actually don't do it unless it's 72, especially using fusings and stuff like that. I usually do like 72 plus. unless I'm really desperate for that item, like right now. I really need it right now, and I'm not that poor, so I have enough stuff to mess around with. So let's go ahead and just mess around with this here. First thing I want to do with this fin helm is throw a orb of transmutation on it. So it says rotund fin helm of the Inuit. So it's gonna give me that 69 maximum life, and it's 11% cold resistance. Now it's not the most amazing thing, but it is pretty good. I probably would actually just keep it like this if I needed a helm to wear for nothing. You know, like armor and evasion. Most likely it's gonna be on a duelist, so he actually probably would benefit from that, and it wouldn't be too bad to wear, as well as it has four links, which is gonna help me out with the support gems. But let's just go ahead and pretend that it was a shitty roll, and I'm gonna go ahead and alteration it. So keep an eye on what the stats are. Now this is a quantity and quality helm. This is actually pretty good, but then again, the rolls didn't roll too high, because it just RNG, random number generator, on that. Now, something I wanted to talk to you guys about is that actual thing, RNG. So the random number generator is going to be very helpful at sometimes, and it's going to screw you really hard sometimes. Example of that is this Veil Regalia. Now this Veil Regalia, it's really decent. It's not really amazing or anything. It's really decent. It's high energy shield. It has a little bit of resistance on it, and pretty much it's all I'm really using it for is high energy shield. I actually bought this Veil Regalia from somebody for 2 chaos. Now it was actually white at the time, just like that helm. Remember, you guys, the helm that I just rolled here? It was white. So I bought this as a white and like 1 socket, which is pretty much useless. 1 socket. But what I did is I bought it just to forge it or craft it, whatever you guys want to call it. So I always check the item level of an item before I trade it. A good practice is if somebody says, "Hey, selling Veil Regalia white," and you say, "Oh," you go, "Hit what eye level?" like that, just like that, and you say they'll message you something like eye level 67 or 77 or whatever it is. So they'll go ahead and message you that. I don't think it can even go roll 67 because it's item level requires 68. I think the lowest is, yeah, I'm definitely sure the lowest is 68. So they would say like, oh, 68. Then you don't want to buy that. Most likely you don't want to buy a Veil Regalia that's level 68 required. If you are going to buy it, then you should buy it for really cheap, something like an Alk or a Chaos. So the point is, I got this at a white level, and it was 1 socket. Now what I did to it is actually I jewelers it, and I'm not going to touch actually I don't have any jewelers. So what I'm going to do is show you something that you can actually do in game here, which is purchase from the NPCs here. And the best way to do that is just go to Act 3, because they have all the purchases, or that's where I purchase all my stuff at, because they have all of the good stuff. This girl right here, Clarissa. So you go ahead and purchase, and you can see what they're actually worth. So this Jeweler's Orb is going to cost you 2 alterations. You can see I have 2 alterations here, but not only can I use these 2 alterations here, by the way, I'm pressing Control and left click, and it just instantly buys. By the way, that just actually was implemented, so very useful, very happy that it was implemented. Now, I don't have any alterations in my inventory at all, right? You don't see any at all. And boom, magically I can get one. Now, that's because it actually came from my stash. So it's like, hey, you have alterations in your stash, I'll just use those, and I'll buy the Jeweler's Orb from her. So again, you can purchase a bunch of stuff from the vendors here, and PoE EX is actually based off of the vendor recipes for this. Now this Orb of Chance, you do not want to buy this for a fusing, and this is why I believe fusings are kind of like under or higher value than they should be. Is because for Jeweler's Orbs is equal to a fusing, and a fusing is equal to a Orb of Chance here, but the Orb of Chance is actually, there's 4 of those is equal to 1 fusing, which is very strange. And this right here, Orb of Regret, is actually worth 2 of these alchemies, so you don't want to buy any of this stuff. Do not buy the alchemy here, because his Orb of Regret is worth 2 of the alchemies. Scouring to Regret, that's worth, this is worth as well for chance to the Scouring. You pretty much want to go by PoE rates. Do not buy this stuff here unless you definitely don't want to buy this chromatic orb, because that is roughly like 7 chromatics are equal to that much jewelers. So basically, what you want to do is just follow the PoEX rates, which I will be linking in the description below. It's very, very useful. Now, back to my original point was I used this jeweler orb to actually jewel this. I don't even want to touch it because it's six sockets, and that's the highest you can get. And I don't want to accidentally left click it or some lag to happen, and for this to go back to 1 socket or something stupid like that. So I'm just not going to even touch it near the jeweler's orbs because I don't even want that to happen. That would be terrible. Now, the reason that I say that would, I wanted to talk about RNG is because one of the highest level items in the game is called Lion's Eyes Glare, or Lion Eye Glare. So, what that is a bow that you cannot evade. Pretty much any attack that comes from that bow, you cannot evade it. Why is it so crazy? Because evasion is one of the skills, one of the things in the game where a bunch of people actually stack that. And if you're going against the evasion class with that bow, it's just like done. You cannot kill. You cannot dodge any bullets. Pretty much, you're pretty much dead, unless the guy is just terrible. So what the point is one of my friends actually, he has one of those, and he's been trying to roll 6 sockets on it for about maybe 2 weeks now, and he spent upwards to 1,000 of these jeweler's orbs. Now, like let's say roughly translated, that's about let's see, 1,000 of them. Oh, I'm bad at math. It would be about 250 of these alchemies. So you can go ahead and convert that up the chart, and it's you can go ahead and convert that however many exalted, but it's a huge amount of exalted, like almost 10 exalted, like borderline 10 exalted, around maybe 7. So incredible amount of jeweler's orbs on trying to make it a 6 socket. Now, the thing about socketing these items is it should not cost that much to do it. RNG will sometimes bite you in the ass, like it did my friend there, and sometimes it'll reward you, as I only spent about 6 jewelers trying to get this to 6 sockets. So it could go anywhere from 1 jeweler to over 1,000 jewelers trying to get something to a 6 socket. Most of the time it'll happen around 90, like around 90 jewelers, like the most. Usually that's how the most you really need to use to get it to 6 socket, most of the time. But then again, there's those times where RNG just kicks you in the ass and says, hey, I'll take your 1,000 jewelers and I'll just throw them down the drain. So that's one of the ways that GGG Games actually, or it's GGG, actually kind of controls the overflow of wealth. So there's not a huge amount of the currency isn't going to go way lower than it is now, because you actually burn the currency trying to use make your item better. So that's how that works. I just wanted to show you guys that and talk about a little bit about RNG. As you can see, my final gear set is pretty awesome. I have an amazing shield there, a pretty good armor. I think the best thing I have here is the belt, which is pretty amazing. Tri-resist with energy shield, armor, and max life. As well, the max life is actually not helping me because I'm CI, which is Chaos Inoculation, giving me no life. But don't worry about that. I can actually use this for any class I have, because, as you know, this game is not about bind on pickup. It's on bind and equip. Bind on equip or pickup. It's not bind at all, is what I meant to say. So you can just throw a bunch of gear at your alt, and you'd be like, oh, you know what? I don't like this character anymore. I'm going to build a different character with the same gear. So very cool type of thing that they did there. Almost, it's pretty taking off of Diablo 2 a lot. Again, I have a ring here, really nice ring, amazing resists on that, with mana. Evasion rating and physical damage isn't really doing anything for me, but the all resists is really helping me a lot, because as you can see, I have a bunch of unique items on, which actually do not give me too much resists. They gave me some resist, but I'm gonna need a lot of these high resist belt, ring, and I believe I'm gonna get a new helmet with some tri resist on it, so I can have full maximum resistances, which is 75 in Merciless for duels. So basically, that's all I wanted to show you guys for now. You can go ahead and check that website on the bottom. As always, definitely if you guys could subscribe and comment and tell me how you like the video, also what you guys would like to see. I think it was in this video, yeah, I said I would give you a knife for just commenting on the video and messaging me in game. Whoever gets me first gets the knife. It's first come, first serve. You know, a lot of people wake up at different times, so don't be mad. But I will be doing some more giveaways. As you all know me, or if you don't know me, then you should know I give away free items all the time. I like to spread the wealth. I do pretty well in video games. I am a gamer. I do a lot of trading. I do a lot of killing, you know, mobs with whatever the highest content. So a bunch of items drop, and I just give them to you guys. I would also appreciate if you guys, subscribed and checked out the channel. As always, thank you all for watching, and take it easy. Peace.